Hello everyone, this is Jennifer Sinceri and I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator, and I am coming to you live to do a demonstration on how to use our Stampin' Blend alcohol-based markers. So if you're new to Stampin' Up!, we have a variety of coloring materials that you can use. My favorite are the alcohol-based markers. But we also have watercolor pencils. We have what we call Stampin' Right markers. And then we have ink pads. There's so many options that you can do with coloring. But as I said, tonight or this afternoon, I am going to demonstrate how to do alcohol-based markers. Now, if you are watching me live, would you please go ahead and comment so I can interact with you while you're here? And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. You can find me on Facebook and on YouTube under Stamping with Jennifer Sinceri. All right, let me move some of these supplies to the side. I'm actually not going to make a card with you. I'm just going to be demonstrating how to do the coloring. Now, this is a card that I made. I'll pull it out for you. And these are our clear envelopes, and they're great for protecting your cards until you're ready to give them away. We actually sell those. And as you can see, everything coordinates. This is one of the things that I absolutely love about Stampin' Up! Products, is that everything coordinates, everything matches. Now, this is a little bit of a fun fold. Very easy, lots of room to write in. And nothing really complicated. I've just cut up designer series paper, which is our design paper, and I'm using cardstock. The paper that I'm using comes from a pack. It is an online exclusive, so you will not find it in the catalog, and it's called Flowering Zinnias. It's a 12 by 12 pack, and the paper looks like this. I've actually pulled some pages out of here already, but you're gonna see how everything coordinates. And these are great colors for summer. Now, I used this page, and then I also used another page which I've used up a lot of them because I am getting ready for my in-person summer retreat, and so I am cutting up lots and lots of paper. So this is a stamp that comes from the Simply Zinnia stamp set. This is also an online exclusive, so you're not going to find it in the catalog. You will only find it in the online store. So what you want to do is make sure that you have an online account with your current demonstrator. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be yours. I am located in Elk Grove, California, close to Sacramento. So this is a great flower stamp set, and the stamps really lend themselves well to Stampin' Blend markers or alcohol-based markers. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm just going to use a piece of our white basic cardstock, and I am using our Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad, okay? This is fade resistant dye ink. And you can take your stamp and go like this. I prefer to take my stamp pad and turn it upside down. That way I can see if I've covered my stamp well. All right, so I'm just making sure that that's covered nicely. And I always cover my ink pads when I am finished with them, because with my luck, things fall into my ink pad. And I'm using one of our blocks. As you can see, it has a nice ridge for my fingers right here. So I like to hold that. And you don't have to shake it or rock it, just nice even pressure. And then look at that nice crisp image. Okay? Now, unfortunately, we are having a lot of problems with counterfeit products. So I'm not going to name the companies, but you're probably familiar with them. If it's an online store where you find products that look like Stampin' Up products, what they've done is they've stolen our artwork and they have made a cheaper version of it. And when you get it and you use it, you're not going to get the clear, crisp images. They actually come out fuzzy. So you get what you pay for. This is rubber. This is a rubber ink pad. We call them cling. And so they stick to our blocks. But I can peel them off, and then this is sticky, okay? So we just can stick it back on your block. I store my ink, or I store my stamps in the cases. When I've used them, I just stick them onto the case, and then they're ready for the next time I'm going to use them. Now you want to make sure that you wash your stamps before you put them away, and I use our simple chamois. And I don't know, oh, I do have one right here. It's just not wet, but I keep mine in a case, plastic case. It's like a chamois that you would use for your car. So it gets stained. This is not wet, but you would run it under your water and rinse out the excess ink, and then it's wet and you can use it to wipe off the residue on your stamps, okay? You can put them through the dishwasher, you can put them I use mine in the sink. I just wet it and then it dries on its own. Okay, now what I've done is I have pulled, this is Flirty Flamingo, and we have a dark and a light. They are always sold in pairs. I'm going to show you in our catalog. This is our current annual catalog, and on page 131, you're going to see Stampin' Blends here, okay? These are our natural tone colors, like skin tone colors, okay? And you'll see them right here. But if you turn to the color page, so it starts on page 135, all right? We have what's called color families, and there are 4 of them. These are the subtles, and we have cardstock, ink pads, ink refills, and then Stampin' Blends. And you can see that we have Stampin' Blend markers in every color in the subtle family. All right, they sell for $11. And then this is our Brights family, and we have them in all colors except for Coastal Cabana. And then this is our Regals, and we have them in all colors except Crushed Curry, Garden Green, and Gorgeous Grape. Really wish we would get it in Gorgeous Grape. And then we have our Neutrals, and we have them in all the colors except Early Espresso and Basic Gray. And then this is what we call our in colors, okay? So we get a set of 5 colors every 2 years. And these are our new colors, and we have the Stampin' Blend pairs and all of the in colors. This was last year's colors, so we're only going to get this for this current year, and then they retire in 2025. So that's a little bit about our Stampin' Blend markers. Okay, now let's look at my card, and I'm going to talk about how to get this look. So as you can see, it's got this two-toned color to it, but there are no real lines on my coloring. It's nicely blended, and that's the beauty of alcohol-based markers or pens, okay? So a lot of people say, I don't know how to use these. I don't understand how to make it look realistic. There's lots of ways that you can do this. I'm going to go with the dark, and I am going to use, we have 2 tips, so a bullet and a paintbrush. I'm going to use the paintbrush, all right? And I'm going with the dark, and I am just going to put a little, I don't even know what you would call that, little lip of color on the edges of my petals. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? Now, going back to my sample, you can see that the underlining layers are all dark, and then I just have the tips on the top. Okay, so I am going to continue to just put a little bit of color on the tips. And then the back, I'm going to color all the way dark. You only see a little bit of them. When I color and I'm doing multiples, they never all come out exactly the same. And that's okay, because when we look at flowers, no two flowers are ever really the same, right? They all look a little bit different. Even though they're from the same plant, each flower looks a little bit different if you were to just study them. Okay, now I'm going to make these all the way dark. Make that one all the way dark. Okay, I think that's good. Then we're going to go in with the light, okay? And again, I'm going to use my paintbrush. All right, now I'm going to go a little bit over on the dark. And what I'm doing is kind of trying to blend it so that there's no lines. Now, it looks dark right now, but we're going to wait for it to dry. Alcohol-based markers dry very quickly. So when you are working with them, you want to use them and then cap them right away, because they will dry out easier. Okay, and so I'm already starting to see it changing colors a little bit. Oh my goodness, I'm looking, why these are both dark. I'm like, why is it all looking dark to me? Oh goodness gracious. Okay, we're gonna start over on that one. You can tell that I am out of practice. All right, here's my light. That's funny. I was like, wait a minute. I'm seeing this one's fading a little bit because it's drying, and this looks darker. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let's do it one more, because I really want you to see the way the color. All right. Move the second dark one out of the way. Goodness gracious, Jennifer. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. It's okay. You can laugh at me. I am out of practice. I have not been live in a long time. We had a friend move, and we were helping her move, and it just was a lot of work in the winter. And you know, when you stop doing something for a while, you get out of the habit, you get out of your routine, and I just found it really hard to get back into my routine. And so that is one of my goals this summer while I'm on summer break. I am a school teacher. I teach 5th grade. So that is one of my goals, is to get back to doing my demonstrations, my live videos, because I feel like they are so valuable. They help you guys learn how to use our products and learn different techniques. Okay, so going back to, I just did a little bit around the petals, okay, and I did the underside, all of it. This really doesn't take that long to do. That's another reason why I like using these. Okay, now this is the lighter. It says light flirty flamingo, so there we go. Okay, now we're gonna go over this And I'm just kind of going to the edge where that dark was, and I go in like little circles like that. Okay, and it just kind of helps blend it and soften the lines. So let me show you. I'm going to hold it up close. Okay, so see how you see the line right there, and when I just blended this, you don't see the line. Isn't that awesome? There's no streak marks. I love these pens. So I'm just blending that. Oh, I just did it again. There's no line. Oops, let me move it over so you can see it. Can you guys see it now? There we go. Okay, so let's now I'm going to show you another way to do this. But let's finish our flower so you can see how to make this look beautiful. Okay, now I'm not blending these as much. I'm going to probably go in and add a little bit more of the dark, because I blended these so well that you hardly see the dark. I really wanted the dark to show up a little bit more, but that's okay. Just smoothing out that line so it doesn't look so harsh. I love it because it's like painting, and I am a horrible painter, believe it or not. My love is not watercolor painting. Some people are so good at watercolor painting. Okay, so let me hold this up. This was the first one I did, and it's all dark. And this is the one, oh, I've got a streak right there. I need to, so let me blend that a little bit more for you. Soften the line. Okay, can you guys see that? And see how you've got the soft and then it gets dark. I'm going to add a little more light and see if that helps. There we go. Okay, now I've pulled some dark peach pie and I pulled dark lemon lolly. So we're going to do these little star guys in our lemon lolly. Okay, you could use Stampin' Write markers for this because you're not really blending, but I'm just going to use what I've got out. All right, and I'm just going to do these little dots right here too. There's some little dots in the center. And then I'm going to pull the dark peach pie. This is in color right now, and so it's a little bit like a light orange, orangey peachy color. Okay. All right, let me go in with a little bit more dark, just to get those tips a little darker. I think that looks really pretty. What do you guys think? Let me pull that up closer to you guys so you can see. And if you want to blend it a little bit more, you can. Okay. Now another thing that I've done, I'm going to ink up my stamp again. Another thing that I've done, okay, is wherever there's dark black, I go in with my dark pen. Okay, now let's try and see what that looks like. I'm going to go in with the dark black and I'm going to go over all the lines. Let's see which way we like the best. Okay. So I've done this a lot with like leaves and other flowers. You know, wherever the black is, that's where I go in with the dark. So this is a different way to color it. All right, and then we're going to go in with the light. So kind of like the opposite effect. All right, here's the light Flirty Flamingo. And what we're going to do is we're going to blend it. And then you can tell me which flower you like the best. Which technique. So I'm going over the dark and filling in the part that doesn't have ink. So that kind of helps blend it. So doesn't look streaky. That's the nice thing about these pens, is that it doesn't look streaky, like you just took felt tip markers, you know, and colored. You're blending the color. And again, I'm just using, you don't have to press hard. You don't want to ruin the tip of your pen. I'm just going in little circles over the dark parts to blend it in. I don't have to press hard. It's just gentle pressure, hardly any pressure really. All right, so a different look. I'm going to hold that up. Which one do you like better? Do you like this one where I put the darker color on the tips, or this one where I put the darker color where the black is? Okay. And if you feel like you need to go back in with the dark again, you can do that. You can add more color. Let me go in with my paintbrush to make it a little bit more vibrant. Ooh, I really like that. I really like that. I think I like that flower better than this flower. Let me do my little center here. Again, I'm just doing light little circles with my tip. And then you go in with the dark peach pie, or you could do pumpkin pie if you want it even darker. There you go. And it just looks like it's been painted. I like this one better than this one. But you go ahead and tell me in the comments which one you like better. All right? So that's my little tutorial on how to use our Stampin' blend markers. I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite coloring tool that we carry? Do you love our Stampin' blend markers? Do you like to use the aqua painters? Do you use your watercolor pencils? Do you use Stampin' Write markers? What is your favorite coloring tool? I find coloring is so relaxing. All right. Thank you for joining me. This is my coloring, and then I've just die cut them out and added it to this card. Okay? And put a little one in there on the inside. Thanks for joining me tonight, everyone. If you are interested in placing an order, if you don't have a demonstrator, I do have a host code for June When you use this host code, that helps me claim the host rewards for orders that are under $150. If you're going to place an order yourself, don't use my host code. I want you to claim those host rewards yourself. Thank you, everyone. I do hold monthly in-person classes. My next class is July 6th. If you are in the Elk Grove, California area, I'm close to Sacramento, I would love for you to check out my events on my business page and come to a class. All right, everyone, take care and have a great evening. Bye-bye.